Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juce, and I am here with Paula, and we have been doing RPG a day for 16 days now. This is day 17, and today's word is one. And I am the only one for Paula, so stop leaving those comments, Fenrir. I'm just kidding. Let's get started. Today's word is one, and, I made sure that you and I both had plenty of time today to prepare a topic for tonight.
So here's what I'm thinking. It made me think of how many people you need to run a game. Like, have you ever played in a game where it's just, like, the DM and you? Like, have you been, like, the only player in a game before? Have you?
As a player, no. Maybe the first time I ever played. I can't remember if we played a little bit.
Have you ever run for just one person?
Yeah, you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we did Pathfinder that way first.
Yeah, because I wasn't very sure, about the rules, because I didn't really read the rule book.
Yeah, at all. You didn't even
I don't think I actually ever read the rule book. You just said, like, oh, it's like 3.5, and then as I was building a character, I was like, oh, there's some differences here. Maybe we should do this real quick. And so I think we did, like, some practice, like, combat scenes and stuff like that. But I also think it was one of
It wasn't practice. We just went into it, and I gave you a backup character, too.
I think it was one of the earlier times that you had run. That was one of the first times you ran Pathfinder, too, right?
Yes.
So it was, like, good practice for you. But
it was your gnome... Was it your gnome sorcerer?
Yeah.
So that's what we started with, your gnome sorcerer. And then we gave you, and I'm probably saying this wrong, an Oread. It's like a elemental earth, like, sidekick, who was more like a fighter type.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And then you went into the crypt, and then there were the runes.
It was just like one session that we had. Yeah, now I do remember.
You said you liked it, and then you said you wanted to do it again, and we never did it again.
Yeah, we never did it again.
Never did a one-on-one again.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard, too, because it's like you don't have anybody else to play off of.
Play off the DM.
I know.
I actually think it's a lot of fun. Like, me and Lily have done it a couple times.
Yeah.
And we've had
Lily's
fun.
our daughter.
Yes.
She's 8.
She role plays her video games with her brother now. They role play talking to each other in the game.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. And, like, playing house in the Incredibles Lego game. It was funny. They were doing that today. I want to get ready for school. It was hilarious. And it was Caleb going to school or something. Or no, Caleb was the dad. No, Caleb was the mom, and Lily was the kid going to school, I think.
Very cute.
Yeah, but no, I've done one-on-one games with Lily. We are actually going to be making I think we're going to do a new character and just start fresh. But I have notes, and she remembers, like, everything from the game we played a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
So she wants to do it again. And so hopefully, because tomorrow we're doing stuff, but I'm hoping tomorrow to try and record us making her character.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, but, I mean, we haven't done anything, like, long-term as, like, one player.
Right.
Or anything like that. I think it'd be really interesting, like, if there are other people who have tried it. Like, I've seen other people who have done some stuff, but it's always been just sort of, like, a one-shot type of thing. Or just, like, one small adventure.
There's adventures that you can run for yourself as a player. Like, you are the only person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like stuff on DM's Guild, I think, that people have put out.
That would be interesting to try.
Yeah. It's kind of, it sounds like it's kind of like a choose your own adventure book.
Yeah, it's basically like a video game.
Kinda.
Like you're running through a video game, right?
Yeah.
You're by yourself.
And I know there's people that have done this with games in the past where they couldn't find groups. So they've made their own adventure and then seen if they could get through the dungeon. It's more like tactical. But I've heard people tell stories like that too.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you know everything.
Right.
But you're still rolling to see if you can survive and kill the monster.
And make it through.
Yep.
Yeah. I've downloaded, like, an app before that was sort of like an adventure thing where, like you're reading a paragraph and you have to make a couple decisions or something like that. So it's not really, it's not as random as what you would find if you were playing with another person, but it's still, like, kind of interesting. They did that. Black Mirror did that, like...
Oh, on that show?
Bandersnatch or whatever. Mm-hmm. That episode. That was like a choose your own. But it was very live, which was cool. So it was sort of like that, except it was in story form. The show did it. And as you were making decisions, like it was still playing the show in the background, which was what made it so... cool, is that it was like a seamless transition.
You're talking about like a choose your own adventure with the show.
Yeah, with the show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it was like a seamless transition, which made it kind of cool. But like what I was doing was similar to that. So if you watch that, it's kind of like that, except it was like a text-based.
Gotcha.
You know, like a choose your own adventure. So that's cool.
So what I've been thinking about, and I've been thinking about this for a long time,
he made sure to point it out multiple times today that he knew what he was going to talk about.
But I usually... Episode. Yeah.
So it should be something really amazing.
She's being mean. So anyways,
really amazing.
The only reason is because I've been thinking about just this topic in general. Not the word one, but... And a lot of these videos have kind of been like this. There's been things on my mind. So with this one, I've been thinking about some stuff with my homebrew setting. Like, how do I want magic to be incorporated? And what about the deities? Do they have an effect on magic? And so, and you can kind of see where I'm going, but what about deities in general? Like, I've noticed a lot of people play by the pantheon rules. Okay. Like you have a pantheon, you have a god of this and a god of that and that. Yep. And then, but obviously in real world, you have some cultures believe in that, but some believe in a singular deity, right? Singular god, and things like that.
They're monotheistic or pathfinder.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, but why is it in these RPG settings that it's so well defined that these are the deities? Like, why not leaving it a little bit more open? I know there's probably settings out there that do this, but why not make it so people are legit fighting over religions? Like, no, mine's right, yours doesn't exist, and yours is fake. Like, why not have a setting like that? Is it too close to reality? So anyways, I was playing with the idea of what if you had your pantheon, but they're not really the gods that created the world. Maybe they answer to a higher power too.
Like they're more like titans.
Yeah, or something. Like, and then maybe you do have like one deity above all, that's legit the god. They're demigods. And then people... or whatever, people, elves, whatever, can rise up to become demigods. Like, maybe. That might be kind of cool, too.
The rise to become a demigod would be maybe
you could have a plane for it.
I mean, there are some religions like that now, where you can basically become, like,
and we had talked about demigod the other day about, like, the 9 stages of hell and bringing your friends back if they had died. Yeah. Well, what about having stages of heaven, or whatever you call it? Shangri-La, or whatever. Who, rules over them, and they all have to, like, worship him, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe...
that could be interesting.
Yeah, and you can rise up and challenge for demigod status, and...
Yeah.
Have, like, some politicking in there, even, if you get high enough level.
You could. I think it just depends on, like, the party. Mm-hmm. As long as the party is interested in it, and they're okay with it. I think that probably the reason that they do it the way they do... in D&D, the way that it's published is probably because it was so, like, controversial when it came out. Mm-hmm. Like, do you really want to make waves?
It wasn't controversial at first.
It was.
It took, like, a decade before the Satanic
so it was very, like,
because it was out in the 70s.
Controversial at points, right? Mm-hmm. So, do you want to make additional waves by creating a game that has, like, specifically has, like, religious feuding in it that would just sort of fuel the fire? Right. I think, too, it's something that people are familiar with because of Greek gods, and it's Greek mythology,
right. So you're not offending anybody.
So, you're not, like, you're choosing some sort of alternate,
right?
Option. And so, you're not, like, you're choosing some sort of alternate,
right?
Option. Versus what people would be familiar with here, so that way you're not necessarily creating like offense to people who would be in your party that have different religious backgrounds. So you're just trying to choose like neutral third party.
Sure.
Right. So you don't have to have that conversation.
Yeah.
You know?
So what about like the heroes and whatever? Like most of the people believe in these different religions. What if there isn't real? Like what if your setting doesn't actually have gods, but everyone believes in something? Like because you could do that too. Where there is no deities, no demigods, no... Because I think that would be interesting, too.
I don't see why not. I mean, I don't know that it's ever been... I don't know that you really have to have them. Like, so you're saying that some people get their power from this god.
In D&D, there is,
right, or
that
whatever.
Implication.
Yes,
like
but
from
like
clerics
you're getting your
stuff.
power from this god, but what if it's just like circumstance?
Right.
It's
just
happened.
faith. It's just that you believe so strongly and you're untapping some magic inside of you.
Yeah, it's just psychology.
Yeah, it's kind of what
basically.
I always thought. Mm-hmm.
You know, so
it's affirmations.
There's nothing...
That's why you can multi-class into it.
There's nothing that says that it's not like that. What I gotta tell you, though...
What?
Because you were so adamant with this word...
I wasn't adamant.
Unlike
I was just making sure you were ready.
You were just like, I've got this ready. I've got this ready. I've got this ready. And so I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what is he going to talk about?
Okay.
What is he going to talk about?
What do you think I was going to talk about?
And I'm like, maybe he's going to tell me that he thought I was the one when he realized that I played D&D.
I knew I wanted to marry her when I saw the D&D book on the shelf. No.
I thought maybe it was going to be something super corny like
that. No, come on, I'm not corny.
It's fine.
What would make you think I'm corny after 17 days of RPG a day? There's nothing corny about me. I am as serious as they come. Anyways, so this was Master the Game. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, hammer that like button. Leave a comment below about who you thought was more entertaining, what you think of these different topics, whether you think like playing with deities in a world, having a singular one, multiple, none, or, playing a one-on-one game is something that you've done. Maybe you've got tips for it. Would love to hear it below.